Hello Channel viewers, I'm DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel Need. In this episode, I'm going to give fellow INTJs and ENTJs some financial advice. Sounds very familiar, isn't it? Well, you may have watched a lot of other YouTube videos, and these are very generic YouTube videos, and at the end of the video, you realize that it doesn't help you at all. Why? Because a lot of the advice does not apply to you. All the INTJs and the ENTJs I know are not in debt, at least not in personal debt. They may be ENTJ entrepreneurs, they may have actually gotten a loan for their business, but I'm talking about personal loan. I do not use credit cards to buy things beyond what I can afford. Even if I were to buy big ticket items, I would have collected the cash. So let's say, for example, I bought a watch last year and it cost $13,000. So how did I settle this bill? I know that I wanted to buy the watch, so what I did was I deposited the money immediately into the credit card. So I am using my credit card as if it were a debit card, and I know that many INTJs and ENTJs would have done the same. So INTJs and ENTJs tend not to borrow money in order to buy something big, and INTJs especially are very frugal individuals. INTJs and ENTJs are not spenders. So what this means is that all your generic videos that you are watching on YouTube, they do not really fit the INTJ, ENTJ's pattern or habit of spending. So getting out of debt doesn't apply to us because we don't get into debt. So another advice that you commonly hear in videos would include things like pay more than the minimum sum, but I pay the sum totally. Doesn't apply at all also. So another common and sensible advice is to use the credit card to pay off everything because you can earn cash back from it. Yes, I use my credit card for almost every major thing that I spend on, including even $4 items or $5 items that I buy from the supermarket. What happens? I do not even spend enough to get a cashback. A lot of times, right, for many of the cards, they give you a cashback only after you hit the minimum $50 of accumulated rebates. In 1 year, I do not even get a $50 rebate. But nonetheless, having a credit card is very convenient. Since most of the generic financial videos do not help the INTJ and ENTJ mostly, then what does? Here, I think INTJs and ENTJs, even if they do not invest, they are in a very good place. So regardless of whether the INTJ or ENTJs are salaried workers or they are their own bosses, I find that most of the time INTJs and ENTJs, they have a stable income and they are in a good place. Even without having done anything, they are already much better off than the general population. So I may not be a guru at this, but my personal take is that just go on that way. I do not really need to invest because I do not believe in inflation. Inflation affects the general population, but we do not belong to the general population, so it doesn't really affect us. If we continue to have the mindset that we're going to earn more money than inflation, or earn more money than the rate at which inflation is increasing, then we are also in a good place. How do you do that? So there are two ways. Make sure your hourly rate increases. That immediately makes you earn more for the same amount of time that you're working. So having a higher hourly rate also allows you to work less amount of time for the same pay that you are getting. In any way, all this time is important because you can use this time to study, you can use this time to learn more different skills, which can in turn again help you to earn more money. Well, I mentioned that there are a lot of generic YouTubers that give generic advice that may not apply to us, but I have been watching YouTube videos a lot because I want to learn from other YouTubers as well. So I found two YouTubers that I find really different from many other YouTubers. So I would like to recommend to you two of them, Mark Tubery and Vincent Chen. If you're interested, do watch their videos. They give a very different point of view. I believe that they are rationales.
People aren't going to like this one, but making millions doesn't have to take you decades of hard work.
Before we talk about how much the government values your life, let's figure out why we need a number in the first place.
Mark Tubery could be an INTJ himself. I may think that Vincent Chen is either an INTP or an INTJ. So in any case, their videos are really very different from the majority of the videos that you get there. They have a very different point of view that I know that INTJs and ENTJs would appreciate. So go check them out. Okay, at Channel Neat we produce a lot of videos such as this one. If you have enjoyed our videos, do give us a like. If you have not already subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can bring you more INTJ, ENTJ and fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you in our next episode. Bye bye.